uh, increasing your productivity, increasing your mindset approach to work, and if it's your career. So now I've got a cool story with you in terms of the UK electric car sales. Now this is a personally passionate topic of mine, because I've always wanted to see about, just track the progress on how things are going with with regard to climate change, if it regard to the environment, and even if it comes to electric car sales, because this topic alone impresses me by how fast this industry is growing. Now if you want to join my live right now, just feel free to just call me up. I'm going to put our number here. It's 07852 473 473. And if you are keen on understanding what how more you can actually add to the conversation here, just feel free to message us. You can comment on our videos, and even just follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and even Facebook. Right now, I'm going to show you a quick video on who we are and what we do. I'm going to be right back with you in a second, right? So just to get a good understanding of who Relax Radio is, what we do, I'm going to show. That is right. We have Relax Radio. We're on the App Store, we're on Android, and it's just a matter of downloading the app. You can listen to us wherever you are. Get all that positivity into your head, and just cut out all the noise, right? So I'm talking about electric car sales today, and I was talking about how when it comes to the UK car sales now, despite the lockdown, the sales have actually increased. And I mean, this is good news to me, to be honest. And I mean, talking about how the incentives are pushing towards increasing less carbon footprint for everyone. And if it comes to the transport sector, this is a massive topic, because we see how Tesla actually came in the market. They at this point in time, they evaluate themselves almost more, not almost, but they've surpassed Toyota in terms of net worth, right? And Toyota is one of the largest worth companies in the world. And if you are talking about how electric or hybrid car sales have hit record levels, this was in March, right? And this was actually the biggest month of the year for motor dealers. Now we know last year it was really slow because of the lockdowns, because of COVID. People were very, conscious about their spending habits, and there was, with logistic issues, there was a ton of problems, right? So I'm just saying now, for me, honestly, getting around, that was a big problem. And if it came to things like pushing your public transport, you were very particular as well. And going out to meet people, I don't think there was a real necessity in the market for traveling, right? So pushing for how motor dealers have been looking at a more greener, let's say a lower burn rate in terms of their operations. They've actually had a good year this year so far. And that month, actually that particular month was in March. So to push for sales car batteries, the plug-in hybrid, this was actually combining a whole 13.9% of the car sales market, right? So I think this is a pretty good step in the right direction, because we always talk about how there's such and such an amount of pollution every day, and then there's it's from such and such industries, if it's from agriculture, if it's from forest deforesting, if it is from transport, so on and so forth. And then coming now, this 13.9% of the market is coming from 7.3% last year. Now that's almost double, right? That's super news, honestly, to me. I want to know what you think of this. Just feel free to comment, or just call me up and let me know what your thoughts are, because I really want to know what people are also thinking, apart from just what the stats say. So I want to know if this is enough so far, or are we doing enough? Because by 2050, it's an internationally agreed topic as to how we need to reduce the carbon footprint in the world, or go to net zero in terms of pollution, right? But moving putting all that aside, now talking about how there's 22,000 electric cars that were, fully electric out of this percentage, and then out of that, 17,000% that was plug-in hybrids. Now, moving to this battery, or the hybrid battery from the combustible engine, this has basically not been the easiest switch. I'd say it's been, early and this is also, you have heard of the Tesla Model 3. This is one of the first few cars that, Elon had actually released, and pushing to, how the number plates have changed in March. The many dealers have basically been talking about how, they've been selling it through this as well, because I think the number plate change story in March has basically brought a lot of concern to the resale value of vehicles, right? So if people are actually looking at reselling their cars, they definitely look at considering the percentage of how much they will be depreciating with their vehicle. And if it comes to electric vehicle, this is a bonus now. So if you are looking at pushing it to 40% below average in March, right? So now the last month stats basically show about how 450,000 levels in March have been depressed. This is last year. And talking about how the market has basically improved in comparison from March 2020, that was last year, and then it's been rising up by 11% last month to 280,000 vehicles. Now, if you're looking at how car dealers are managing their stats, or what their approaches are, I mean, it's these numbers are basically double, right, in terms of percentage for the sales in terms of electric vehicles, or if it comes to different banners, if it comes to different approaches to sales strategies. So these are a few parts that are not given credit to, in my opinion, because what some people might say is talking about how the sales strategies, the conversion strategies, as to how people are getting the information, or making it easier for people to purchase the vehicles, right? So if you're looking at seeing these record numbers, now I'm convinced as to how the online sales are a big part of this conversion. And people also talk about how there is a modern history in the automotive sector, because I'm not gonna lie, I mean, in my opinion, I honestly think, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, just feel free to drop your comments here, or just call me up. You can call me up and let me know what your thoughts are. My honest opinion is, Tesla has basically impacted a massive way, a shift in mindset in terms of the I'd say the brand of the electric vehicle, right? Because people thought that it was not going to perform, it was going to underperform. You might not be able to get from X to A to B in such and such time, or the battery might not be as strong. But it's super cool as to how things have matured now, right? So now if you're looking at pushing things to a more pushing it in terms of design, if it's luxury, we see so many other market leaders that are pushing themselves, or I'd say mature companies, or let's say if it's Merck, if it's Porsche, if it is BMW, these companies are actually pushing and trying to challenge that Tesla market cap of at least let's say now Lucid Motors, we're talking about pushing for at least $30 billion in the market cap. And now they might have criticism in terms of how they are logistically not currently available to push for that market cap. But my take is that I think if we come to pushing with Tesla and Porsche, that will be a solid competition. And even to see big brands like big gas guzzlers like I'd say Hummer or Humvee, these guys are all going electric now. So it's a super cool story that I think I'm honestly hyped for the next 5 to 10 years to see how automation is going to go. And talking about how in April there was basically a washout last year, because there was no sustainable market. And talking about how there was another choice in terms of the environment, or with at least the showrooms opening now, people do seem to be more convinced in going and buying. I want to know what your take is on this as well. Now just let me know when you're watching, also just feel free to comment down below and let me know, if you prefer, if you are purchasing a vehicle, right? Are you going to go to the showroom, give it a test run, or are you going to buy off, watching YouTube videos or watching reviews, reading reviews, and then hearing about the vehicle? Is that going to convince you enough? All you might want to customize is a few features of the vehicle, maybe the colors of the exterior and interior. But just let me know on this below. Now, if you want to get in touch with us, just feel free to comment on this video. You can basically share your opinion as well. What we are going to do is we're going to actually share your opinion on this platform as well. This is your platform, right? This is Relax Radio. And if you're keen on understanding further, if you want us to continue this conversation, just feel free to comment and let us know, because we want to talk about what you want to listen to. And this is Relax Radio. This is your platform. I always say